Good morning, family, and welcome to today's Lesson for Life. It is August 30th, 2009, and we'll be reading from 2 Kings chapter 22.
Yes, 2 Kings chapter 22, and in this chapter, well, first, before we begin, I encourage you to read it through for yourself and see what you get from it. Email us, we'll put it on the blog. But this chapter is talking about an important king named King
Josiah.
King Josiah. Now, King Josiah, was he a good king, a bad king?
He was a good king.
Was he wise or foolish?
Wise.
He was a wise. So King Josiah was a wise king. He was a good king. He kept after the commandments of the Lord. And we see in this chapter, do you remember what you read in this chapter, Zeph?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So he sent a messenger to the priest in the temple. They was going to be doing some work in the temple. They were supposed to pay the workers in the temple, and they found something. Or the priest gave the messenger really for Josiah. Do you know what that was?
A book.
Very good. And it was a book, and you know what was in the book?
Laws.
Very good. Yeah. So it was a book of different laws that the Lord had wanted them to follow, and apparently they didn't even have this book, or they weren't aware of the book, so they didn't know what laws to follow. So one of the first things lesson we can get is that even though ignorance of the law does not excuse you from it. So even if you don't know something that you should not or should be doing, then you can still be suffering from the repercussions of disobeying the laws, or even if you don't know about it. So it's up to you to find out what are different things. What does the Lord want you to do? What is the different laws that are in place that we need to follow as we live our life? So that was one thing I immediately saw or thought about as I read this chapter. But what Josiah, well, the messenger came back and he read the book to Josiah. And was Josiah happy about the message?
No.
No, he was upset, but he wasn't, and I think I believe this is another lesson for life that we can pull from this chapter. It was really King Josiah's response to hearing about the book and finding out, because, he found out basically that there were certain things that were going on that wasn't supposed to be going on. They were breaking some laws, and even the kings and the people before him had broken some laws. So a lesson that we can see is really how King Josiah responded to finding out that there were some things that they were doing that was incorrect. And sometimes in life we're going to find out certain things that we're doing, or someone's going to correct us in things that we're doing, and it's really about how we respond to it. King Josiah could have said, well, let's destroy the book, nobody ever knew about it, or he could have got upset really that the book existed now and got upset with God or whatever. But he really became humble, and because of that, as you read through the chapter, you see that the Lord even extended mercy to King Josiah at this time in regards to some of the things that are going to take place. So it was really the response of King Josiah. So what we can learn from that is how we should respond when we're corrected, when we're told of something that we might not have known before. Really be able to look at something with an open eye, open heart, to see if something is correct that maybe you were doing incorrectly before, and it was just that someone actually pointed out to you, you got some revelation that it was incorrect. And how you respond to it is the key thing. So the way we should respond to it is like how King Josiah responded to it. Not getting upset at the messenger for bringing the message, or at the the law that's in place. If it's a law that's in place, if it's something that we know we should have been doing and we weren't doing it, and someone has told us that, then it's really just up to us to accept it, and then to correct the error that we've been living previously. So what I got from this chapter is really about how King Josiah responded to being corrected and getting that book now, and now being knowledgeable of the different laws and what they should be doing, what they shouldn't be doing, and so forth. Where he received it, and he was really humbled, I guess is the word, and he, because of his reaction to it, he got mercy from the Lord. So for us, like I said, we'll be corrected sometimes in life, will be, certain things will be showed to us that we could do better, and how we receive it, how we grow from it, how we take it and make ourselves a better person is really the lesson that we can get from this chapter, really what we should be doing. So with that, that is today's Lessons for Life.
Create yourself a wonderfully blessed day, and we'll talk again tomorrow.